Welcome. Welcome to this week's Trinity Update. My name is Pastor Lee, and it's wonderful to be with you today. I'd like to start off with a question. I'd like to invite you to think of a time in your life when you needed to be in your house and you didn't necessarily want that for a set amount of time. Maybe you had the flu, maybe you sprained an ankle and the doctor said to stay off it, maybe you had surgery. Any number of things have kept most of us in our homes when we didn't really want to be. Once you have that image in your mind, I invite you to extend what that would have been like for you had that been much longer, or you didn't know if that time would end. And I ask you to think about that today, because I'd like to take a chance to talk to you about Eucharistic Ministry here at Trinity. Eucharistic Ministry is a ministry of the church that brings communion to our homebound folks. So when people are in a variety of situations that they can't come to church, we bring church to them. And this ministry is primarily done in conjunction with our two visitation pastors, Pastor Jeremy and Pastor Judy, and about a dozen Eucharistic ministers, which are lay folks who come to a training and then go into people's homes, into their nursing homes, into their assisted livings, and bring the sacrament of communion with them. I want to do a little bit of show and tell just because it's really cool. Here on my left hand, this is a communion kit, and it was actually given from the first pastor of Trinity, Pastor Rudisil, to the second pastor of Trinity, Pastor Wagenals. And Pastor Wagenals started in 1868. So while we don't know the specific date, we're pretty sure it's going to be around then. So if you can see the front, beautiful cross. On the inside, we have a little communion napkin that can either be placed down if there needed to be like a cleaner place, a little container that would hold the wafers, and then a little container that would hold the wine, and then some sort of small cup that got lost to history. Second show and tell is what our modern day communion kits look like, which, if you'll notice, looks the exact same. So while there are some things that definitely need to change for the good of the church, there are some things that do stay the same. And the care and concern that we have for those who are no longer to physically be with us in this space, that remains. Because we, as Christians, get to have a different value system, that all bodies, all people are valuable and worthy in God's eyes, regardless of what they can or cannot do. And one of the ways the church tangibly shows that is by Eucharistic ministry, bringing not only the sacrament, but the tangible sign that their church still loves them, and their God, of course, has always and still loves them. And one more visual, if you would. Every church has a number of people who are homebound. That's nothing new. Trinity has kind of a fluid list, but it's about 85 people. So to give you a visual of that, if you can imagine the nave here at Trinity, the whole first section, like in front of the pulpit, so that's 8 rows. And then after the break, if you add 3 more rows, that fits about 85 people. That is our homebound list. 85 people is larger than the average worship size of an average Lutheran congregation. So we almost have a congregation within a congregation. So we are deeply grateful for Pastor Jeremy and Pastor Judy, who again take on a bulk of this ministry, and for the dozen Eucharistic ministers that we currently have. If you are interested in learning more, or if you want to tag along, because it sounds interesting, but also sounds a little scary and outside your comfort zone, how am I supposed to go to a stranger's home? We absolutely can coordinate you shadowing one of our wonderful volunteers. And it's such an amazing ministry, and I promise that it is a blessing for both people. So if you have any questions about that, you can grab me on Sunday, call me or email me, and I'd be happy to help however I can. I hope everybody has a wonderful week. Take care, and God bless.